Just coming out of the miners camp at Coalseam Conservation Park. Today we're just going to have a look around in this area. It is quite windy, but it's also a conservation park, so I've got to be careful not to fly the drone around areas that could annoy the animals. And there were plenty of birds and owls and things around last night. It was quite a interesting night. You can see the wildflowers through here. We're just a bit late for the full bloom of the wildflowers. And as you can see, it's not even school holidays, and this picnic parking area, whatever you like, camping ground, is about half full. Oops, one way, better go the right way. This is the day use area here. Got little picnic tables there for you. A little walk across the stream, which is usually dry, and a viewing point on the other side. We'll come back to that one. I'm going to go up to the start of the entrance and video down into the valley, because that was quite a nice little drive down there. Then I'm going to go up to the lookout, have a look at the lookout. If it's not too windy, I might be able to get the drone up so you can have a look down onto the park. And there is another road that goes further into the park, which I'll follow and see what we can find there. Then I'll come back up here and I'll do the little miners walk, which should be able to find some the seam of coal that they mined here. And there's also some fossils, if you like, in the rock bed, in the layers where it used to be underwater, under the ocean. It would have been a massive yellow flowers all the way through here. The little pom-pom flowers are all drying up now, unfortunately. Needed to be here about 2 weeks ago. Alright, we'll get up to the top of that hill in front of us and then work our way back to the Breakaway camping area. It's sort of used as an overflow campgrounds for when miners gets full. They send people up here. Does have a reasonable view down into the valley. We'll get down in there and have a look around in a minute. It's got a picnic table here, but it doesn't look like it's got a toilet or anything in here. Unless it keeps on going, which it does. No, Breakaway, as far as I know, can't see any toilet blocks around. Miners does have a long drop toilet. This area doesn't, but there's certainly plenty of spots around here to park your caravan if you're towing a caravan, and set up a tent if you're game enough to try and drill a tent peg into this rock art ground. There's not a lot of shade. There are trees around, but they don't produce a massive amount of shade. So if you're coming out here, bring a shelter of some kind, or shade of some kind. Right. On the way in, we came down from the north. We came in through Mullewa, down into the national park, or conservation park, and we followed a bitumen road most of the way, and then the last little bit is gravel. It's not bad gravel, it's quite nice to drive on. And then as you come around this corner and drop down into the valley, it's really quite nice. Hopefully there's no sunshine on the windscreen. There's plenty of bugs, so I don't think I'll be able to get rid of those for you. You You can see some roads on the other side sort of zipping up out of the valley. We'll have a cruise around there and see what we can find, and then we'll go for a walk a bit later. Certainly want to get to the lookout, but I just don't know if it's going to be any able to fly the drone. Got to watch out for nature, people, animals, and the strong winds. Yes, it is corrugated too. The road's a bit rough and corrugated, but it's not too bad. There you go, coming down the hill, you turn right at here, we go out to Miners and Irwin Lookout and Fossil, or we go straight ahead to Riverbend. Which is where we're heading. But the road does go past Riverbend, I think. So we'll go to the end of the road. It goes up to a point where it stops. So we'll have a look around. This is the Riverbend area. It's a little picnic area, I guess. The river actually is still flowing at the crossing. We'll show you that in a second. There's lots of veld grass through here, which is a pity, and there's also Patterson's Curse, which is an introduced weed. There's toilets down here at Riverbend. There's an information board. There's a little walk that goes down into the river itself, but I'm going to see all that from the lookout. And obviously you can see into the bushland around here. It's quite thick with wildflowers. Maybe not. There you go. As we come out, it's all on the right hand side. There you go. Nice big patches of wildflowers out through there. And if not too dizzy, there's some wildflowers out through there too. Alright, we'll head up to the lookout. Maybe it's at the lookout that the road continues on, I don't know, but I actually haven't been to this place before, so I couldn't tell you. It's getting a bit windy for a drone though. Alright, Crete Crossings next. Just coming into the floodway now. There is still a little trickle of water coming across this, which is I thought was a little bit unusual this time of year. But haven't seen any swimming holes or places where you can jump in and get a good swim. You can see though that the force of the water has actually torn the bitumen off the top of the concrete causeway. Hang on, we'll have a look around. There you go. Looking downstream. Worth the jump. Looking upstream. There you go. And straight ahead. Alright, we'll go up to the lookout and see how windy it is up there. So the hill climb going up to the top of the ridge. There's actually quite a large number of patches of Patterson's Curse, which I'm a bit surprised about. Being a conservation park, I thought they would want to get rid of all the introduced weeds, especially that stuff, because it's very quick to take over. Lookout. We'll stop here. I did see some people up the top when we were driving around, so, and it is very windy, so we'll have to have a look. picnic area. Have a look down there. I don't know that there's anything down there especially to look at, but we'll have a look. And then we'll head back to Miners Camp, have lunch. Then when it cools down a little bit later in the afternoon, we will go and have a walk around Miners Camp and have a look at the Coalseam and see if we can see some fossils. At the moment it's 10 o'clock and it's 33 degrees. Here we go, just dropping off the top of the escarpment, if you like, dropping down into this valley. Might be able to see some cars coming down the other side. We're not there. Sort of a smaller cliff line as the water's eroded through the valley. We are, probably about a week or 2 weeks late for all of the wildflowers, unfortunately. I'll have a look down there. I'll walk this little phone camera down and we'll have a look. There you go, just walking down to the creek line. Might be a bit more of a less bumpy video on the phone than on the camera. There is a little bit of water in it, still in here, but it's not something I'd probably swim in. It looks very salty. And that looks up to the lookout. There you go, that's the lookout in the background. You might be able to see someone top of the hill there. And the little creek line coming down through it. You can see the layers in the soil up on the hill there. And one of those layers in the side creek has got coal in it. And they used to mine that, but it wasn't not for very long. A little bit of water, enough to wet your feet, I guess, but I wouldn't go swimming in it. And upstream. Alright, we'll head back to Miners Camp. I'll do a clip going down from the top of the lookout, that road that we climbed up and all we could see was blue sky. We'll go down and video it on the way down, see what it's like. Climbing out of that little picnic area, there's nothing down there except a car bay. All you can see is the sky. Just dropping down this steep incline. The lookout's just up there to the right. Little valley between us. That's the road in on the way up.
Fossils down at the bottom, Rob?
No, I didn't see anything down along that cliff line. It was just like sandstone.
But that's where the fossils are, apparently.
What, at that river bend?
Down the bottom, where you just were.
Oh, I didn't see anything at all that looked like fossils along there.
Didn't you take a picture of yourself? With your torch without taking a picture of that one.
I was going to say the living fossils in your car.